Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. We'll be doing a oracle reading for the Divine Masculine for December 1st to December 4th of 2016. As you can see, I've laid out the spread on the right hand side and I decided to go with a 3-column spread. The column on the left represents the present situation. The column in the middle is for the hidden influences and the column to the right is for the outcome. In addition, each row connects with a different aspect of the Divine Masculine's life. So the top row is for their mental state of mind. The middle row connects to their heart and emotional state of being. And the bottom row has to do with their physical body and physical environment. I'm really excited to get started, so let's go. So the first card we have for the Divine Masculine for their mental state of mind is the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is a really strong card. 5 represents change. So for a lot of Divine Masculines, they're in the process of change and they're really thinking a lot and having inner conflict within themselves about their environment. As you can see in this card, there is a tree, and the tree represents their family tree, their family upbringing, their physical environment. And I feel for a lot of Divine Masculines in the past, they were resistant to union and they often use this family upbringing as an excuse, a barrier to union. They would often say things along the lines of, but we're not from the same culture, or we're not from the same religious background, or we're not in the same physical location. So a lot of Divine Masculines are being asked and being guided to let go of these illusionary barriers to unconditional love that are not serving them, and really to get into that place of alignment with their higher selves. As we move on to the hidden influences, it's the card Milk and Honey, and it's a beautiful, abundant card. There is an elephant and he's bathing in the milk and honey, and above him is a rainbow, and I'm not sure if you can see, but within the clouds above the elephant is a face, and that face is the divine. The divine is with this elephant, and this elephant in this case is in harmony. He's in alignment, and I feel he's fully in his true expression. And for a lot of Divine Masculines, as soon as they let go of these old fear-based thoughts, old fear-based barriers, they're gonna get into a place of abundance and alignment, and divine love is waiting for them. As you can see, the card is number 51, and 5 and 1 is 6, and 6 represents harmony. So once the Divine Masculine is able to move away from those fear-based thoughts, they will be in a much better place of alignment with the divine, and really in a place to receive a lot of abundance for that alignment. The card on the right is the outcome card, and in this card there's 2 female depicted. It's the same female, except one has an earth body and the one to the right has an ethereal body. They are connected because their palms are facing and touching each other. And there is a sense of peace within this card. The blue that is around the border of the card has to do with the throat chakra, and the throat chakra has to do with communication. So a lot of the Divine Masculines are being guided to communicate and connect with their higher selves. I think this process for them, this internal conflict that's been happening within them, has really taken a toll on them, and they've really been confused because their physical environment, their family traditions, their family backgrounds, this is what they grew up with. This is all they know. So it's really hard for them to let go of these beliefs. But they're being guided that they don't have to suffer through it, that they don't have to do this alone, that once they connect with their higher selves, once they're able to connect with their divine consciousness, it will all be clear. They will be able to see that this was just fear-based thoughts, and they'll move into more unconditional love, and 5D thoughts. So right now the divine masculine is really being guided to rest, to relax, to reconnect with his higher self. And by reconnecting with his higher self, he'll be able to let go of the inner conflict that's happening in the Five of Wands and move into the abundant state that is waiting for him, that is always available to him as long as he aligns with unconditional love. So right now we're going to take a look at the divine masculine emotional and heart connection, how they're feeling. The first card we have is the Emperor, and the Emperor is a really powerful card to have in this position because this position represents the present moment. So as you can see, this Emperor is fully in his power. There's a strength and confidence to him. There's a knowing and a self-reliance that he has. And I feel a lot of divine masculines in the past, they were heavily influenced by their environment, whether that be their family or friends or their karmic partnerships at the time. But no more. They've stepped away from that. They've reclaimed their power. They're standing in their power. And I also feel that there's a deep knowing. When you're looking at this card, this Emperor is fully aware. He has a deep knowing. I feel for a lot of divine masculines, they're aware of this sacred partnership, and they're also aware of who their divine feminine is. And you can see that in the tarot card, the divine masculine actually has a crown, but it's not a physical crown. It's a crown that's almost tattooed to him, that's embedded and one with him. It's a crown that, if you look closely, it's on his crown chakra, and that has to do with his alignment with divine consciousness. So I feel at this moment a lot of masculine are in their power and aware of their power. And as you can see with the middle card, the Blessed card, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. I just love this card. It's so peaceful, it's so light, it's so ethereal. There's a lot of pinks in this card, which represents unconditional love. In addition to, there's a lot of purples, and purple has to do with the divine consciousness and connecting to your crown chakra. And I'll read you a bit from the description of this card that came with the tarot card deck, and it's quite beautiful, and it's just the perfect words. And here it's what it says. It says, "You're moving toward a deepening of intimacy in a unique and sacred partnership. You know you're meant to make this connection. This union, blessed by the divine, will bring transformation and beauty to the world. This is also a sign even more important than you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit." Wow, guys, that says it all. That's a beautiful card to get. I feel more and more and more that the divine masculine are slowly entering into that state of knowing, that state of being, and that state of power. The last card that we have is the Release card. I often get this card recently with the divine masculine, but I feel a lot of divine masculines have released and let go of a lot. A lot of them have let go of karmic relationships, have even let go of friends and family members that are not serving their highest good. And I'm talking about close family members. I'm talking about friends they've known for pretty much all their lives. So they're really moving into that power. And as you can see in this card, the individual is being asked to release, and he's being asked to shed and discard. There are some divine masculines that are still in the last stage of this, because remember that we're still situated in the 3D. So some divine masculines have been in karmic partnerships for 10 plus years. They are married. So a lot of these circumstances, they need a little bit more patience. They need a little bit more time to be let go of, because of the intensity of the relationship and the history that comes with being in a marriage or being in a relationship for 10 years. So it's going to take a little bit longer for them to let go of these partnerships, but they're in the process. As you can see, they're moving They're in their power. They're knowing what they need to do. It's just a matter of time before they release whatever doesn't serve them and move into that place of alignment and move into that place of connecting with unconditional love. It's a really, really beautiful spread for the divine masculine and their heart connection. I really love this. So we're now going to move into the divine masculine physical environment and also their physical body. But when I think of physical, I think more about their physical environment. The first card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune, and this is just the most perfect card for the situation, because I feel the divine masculines have been going through the dark night of the soul, have been working a lot on their healing, have really been isolating themselves and withdrawing themselves and letting go and releasing what needs to be released. And this card is really representing and showing that progress they've made, and it's also showing the movement that's about to come around. Because if you can look closely at the Wheel of Fortune tarot card, this first of all is the Fool. In this particular deck that I'm using, the Fool is represented in the Wheel of Fortune, and the Fool already set out on his journey in the beginning of the deck, and now he's returning. So a lot of the divine masculines are going to be not withdrawing as much, not being in isolation. So they're going to be returning to their normal routines in terms of integrating themselves back into their physical environment. For a while they were really withdrawing, they were really to themselves, really in isolation. But this Fool, after he's come back from his adventures, you can see that he is ready. He's ready for the next step. He's ready for these wheels to turn. And that's pretty much what's going to happen. It's showing that at this point in time, there's been a balancing. As you can see, at the bottom of the card, there's the earth, and at the top, there's the spiritual plane. So I feel the divine masculines have been doing a really good job of balancing their physical and their spiritual energies together. And because of that alignment, things are about to change. Because of the divine masculine coming into their power, there's going to be movement and momentum towards that alignment that he has now, towards that knowing that he has now. And as you can see in the middle card for the hidden influences, it's the card Breathe, and there's a beautiful serenity about this card. It's about balance, it's about peace, it's really about a deep spiritual connection, because you can see in the middle of the card there is a face, and the face is in the almost in the heart chakra of this female angel. And it's a card that says to trust, to breathe, and that pretty much dreams are coming to fruition. It's in progress. It's slowly getting there. And by being connected with your higher self and with divine consciousness, it's just a matter of time before the Wheel of Fortune sort of turns into that favor, turns into that new life. And fittingly, we have for the last card for the divine masculine's physical environment and physical body is the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra has to do with, the key words are I see. It's about a deep knowing. It's about seeing the future. It's about seeing the future in terms of intuitive capabilities, but also seeing the future in terms of a deep knowing of where the divine masculine knows that they would like to go, and what they need in their life, and what they deserve in their life, and what they would like to have in their life. It's really having that higher level of consciousness to really direct your life into a way that you would like it to go. And it's about being in alignment and really getting to that place of abundance and unconditional love. So now when we're taking a look back at the overall spread, it really tells like it really reads like a beautiful story. And I know in November it was a very big period of transformation for the divine masculines, and they were going through the dark night of the souls, and they still are to a certain degree, but I feel that they learn really quickly because they integrated this so rapidly compared to divine feminines that it took months for us divine feminines to get to this point. So at one point I wasn't sure, but I'm seeing it, and it's amazing because they really are moving quite rapidly, and it can be seen throughout this spread. You can see that they're no longer dealing with the healing as much and the isolation. They're really, from the very beginning, the last bit that they're going through is the internal conflict about their beliefs and their backgrounds, their cultural and religious backgrounds, their physical environments. They're really coming to terms with that inner conflict that's happening there. And they're also being asked to release whatever little bits they need to let go of that is not serving them. But overall, you can see that this is not them thinking on their own. They're being guided. They're deeply connected to their higher selves and deeply connected to their consciousness and to their divine source, because you can see throughout this spread that there's lots of blues and pinks and purples, and the purple has to do with that deep connection with divine source. The blue will have to do with communicating with their higher selves, and the pink is all about unconditional love. There's also a pattern of numbers, as you can see. Just Breathe is a number 4, the Emperor is a number 4, Blessed is 2 and 2, which is 4, Release is also a 4. And I feel for a lot of divine masculines, 4 represents the number of guides and angels. I feel they're not feeling so alone in this process. They're feeling that this is divinely guided, that they have divine guidance available to them at their reach if they just allow it and receive it. There's also a sense that harmony is possible because the Milk and Honey card is a 5 and 1, which is a 6. There's also the third eye chakra, which is a 6. So there's momentum and movement towards harmony. The best part about this reading was really seeing that the divine masculines are doing such a great job in connecting to their higher selves, and also to see that it's just a matter of time before the Wheel of Fortune, because they've been doing such a great job in integrating and balancing themselves. It's just a matter of time before the Wheel of Fortune turns in their favor. And they also seem to have a deep knowing of this twin flame union. They have a deep knowing of unconditional love and what they deserve in life. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this progresses. But it's really beautiful, positive momentum, and I'm really proud of all of our divine masculines. They're doing such an amazing job. This is just the most awesome spread. Just beautiful. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk soon.